All right, Bullseye on America time tonight, part 2 of our 3-part series on our trip down the Baja Peninsula, the score, Baja 1000. Yeah, it may seem like insanity, but as we first showed you yesterday, the score Baja 1000 is turning into quite the potential moneymaker. Millions poured into this event as NASCAR leads an explosion in racing popularity on the American landscape. Today, I want to take you closer to the people and the machines who thrive on the unique intensity and competition of this race. The Desert Assassins is a motley group of racers, all obsessed with one thing.
We've all been racing against these same guys for 20 years, and everybody wants to win the big one.
And winning this race, godlike. Just finishing the race is huge. But whether they make it to the finish or not, the race has a unique effect on every driver.
You're not thinking about your business. You're not thinking about that you could die. All you're thinking about is driving.
It also helps to train me for our businesses, because you have to be a fierce competitor to be successful in your hobbies as well as in business.
The Desert Assassins have 2 trophy trucks, both capable of reaching speeds up to 130 miles an hour. Rick Geiser is one of the drivers, and he knows exactly what these trucks can handle. He and his team spent 2,500 hours building the $300,000 Trophy Truck 2. Expensive because the spec truck, based on a Ford chassis, has built-in GPS, a backup drive shaft, 2 batteries, 2 fuel pumps, 2 ignition systems.
They have, 30 inches of travel, some of the trucks on each wheel. They have 800 horsepower. It's like having a rocket ship strapped to your back that weighs 5,000 pounds.
For Geiser's partner, Pete Soren, racing dominates all aspects of his life, both big and small.
2.5 years ago, I read about it in Newsweek magazine that indoor go-karting was going to be huge, and I decided to do it, and I convinced my wife, and I invested everything.
Ed Stout and Cameron Steele are behind the wheel in the other truck. Stout runs an electronics company. Cameron Steele, the team's celebrity.
My daily life is just pretty much a freak show. I'll work for ESPN and do hosting of television shows, and then basically just work around the race programs.
Coming off a victory in 2003, Cameron was confident going into this year's race.
We have 2 trucks. We're going there, as far as I'm concerned, to get first and second. Anything less is going to be a disappointment.
The day before the race, the Desert Assassins have all made it to Ensenada safely, and spirits are running high. I meet Cameron for the first time.
All right, Dylan.
What they say.
Let's see how it fits, buddy. All right, buddy. Hey, we're ready.
I get a rundown on how the truck works and what my job will be during the race.
Oh, it's right there.
The team goes to the pre-race check for some quality time with their fans. And as Cameron heads out to test run the truck, the chase crews pack up and head down the coast to set up for the refueling pits. But Cameron runs into serious trouble. His transmission blows.
Logistically, this is a killer because we were out testing, it was already dark, and the crews were already on their way down.
The crew races back to Ensenada, spends 7 hours fixing the truck. By 4 a.m., just 5 hours from race start, he's back on track.
The best planning is useless. We're going to drop a grenade in it anyway, so it already happened. So now, we'll see what happens, see what sticks from here. We go up there, we start, a little bit farther back.
Then, 9:30, both trucks blast off the start line.
It's crazy down there at the beginning. The first 100 miles, there's people everywhere. You have to be very careful.
The plan is for Cameron to drive to mile 221, where I'll get in.
Cameron's off to a great start, setting up on a beautiful day. We'll see how he does. Hopefully last night's transmission problem was the first and last problem he'll have.
But for Cameron and Truck 16, a crippling blow at mile 145 on the notorious Diablo dry lake.
Yeah, pull over. That's the end of the day for Trophy Truck 16. Hopefully Trophy Truck 2 is doing it up for all of us, making us proud. Because right now, game is over, day is up.
We immediately change plans. Instead of getting into Truck 16, we chopper south to mile 235, where I'll get into Truck 2 with Pistol Pete. Moments before I get in, terror dissolves into exhilaration as we embark on our task.
The co-driver exchange takes less than 4 minutes. In front of me, a myriad of gauges, each one my responsibility. As if all this isn't nerve-wracking enough, Pete says as we pull away that the front brakes are blown and that he just went headlong off a 20-foot cliff. Then he floors it, moving in the direction of even bigger cliffs that fall directly into the Sea of Cortez.
The cliffhanger finish, which brings us to the finish. Tomorrow on Bullseye, Baja, Part 3. If you think it has been good up to this point, wait until you see what the race is like in its guts. Half of it happens at night when the sun goes down, and in some cases, horsepower turns into manpower. That tomorrow, a little bit earlier than we've been doing it the past couple of nights. It'll be 6:10 Eastern Time right here on Bullseye, the big finish from this most recent running of the Score Baja 1000.